The majestic waters of the Kavango River in northeastern Namibia and the world-famous Kavango Delta in Botswana are renowned for their breathtaking beauty, rich wildlife, and the iconic Mokoro. A Mokoro, also known as a watu in Namibia, is a traditional dugout canoe used by local communities throughout these river systems and floodplains. Silently gliding through narrow channels and reed-lined waterways, this craft is propelled by a skilled poler standing at the back using a long wooden pole. Originally carved from large tree trunks, modern Mokoros are often made from fiberglass to help protect indigenous forests. Beyond being a practical means of transport and fishing, it has become a symbol of the deep connection between people and the rich wetland ecosystems of southern Africa. It also offers visitors a unique opportunity to experience these remarkable ecosystems from a completely different perspective. Drifting silently through reeds and lilies close to the water's surface allows one to connect with the sights, sounds, and rhythms of the river in a way few other forms of travel can match. On a couple of occasions, I had the opportunity, and it proved to be journeys I will not easily forget. As the polar guides the Mokoro forward, the first thing you notice is the silence, or rather the lack of mechanical noise. Only the rhythmic, peaceful clink of the pole against the sandy bottom, the glassy whisper of the hull parting the water's surface, and the countless sounds of the wild all around you. Yet, the river is not without its reminders that this is truly wild Africa. Amongst its most famous inhabitants are hippos. Unlike the quiet passage of a Mokoro, hippos announce their presence with explosive snorts, deep grunts, and thunderous splashes. Their sounds carry surprisingly far across the water, serving as both a fascinating spectacle and a reminder that these massive animals command respect. From the low vantage point of this craft, an encounter with a hippo is both exhilarating and humbling. They are highly territorial and deceptively fast, and the undisputed masters of these waters. During one of my journeys on the water, a large male took exception to our presence. He didn't just submerge, he began a terrifying ploughing and surfing motion, partially running along the riverbed while gliding over the surface with incredible momentum, creating a wave that rocked our craft. Suddenly, vanished beneath the surface. It is well known that the true danger begins when they disappear. A hippo's next move is often to strike the boat from beneath. One must watch for the swell, the telltale bulge of water pushed upward by a rising 1.5-ton frame just before the strike. Luckily, the strike never came, but the adrenaline remained for a while. On this occasion, I was seated in a vessel with an engine. Over the course of several journeys on these waters, I was fortunate to witness many other memorable moments. Some were peaceful, others playful, but all offered a glimpse into the rich wildlife that depends on this remarkable river. Though the footage may not reflect it, perhaps one of the most memorable encounters of all took place more than 12 years ago. We beached our Mokoro on a small island and found ourselves with a front row seat to an unforgettable scene. On the opposite bank, a large herd of elephants had gathered to drink. Over the years, I have watched similar scenes from the safety of a vehicle or the shelter of a hide. This was different. Here there were no doors, no walls, and no elevated vantage point. This was out in the wild, open, experiencing a delightful sensory overload. Gliding through vast meadows of water lilies is certainly some of the most peaceful moments one can experience. The locals here explained that the river never truly sleeps. It simply shifts between two kinds of lilies. The vibrant purple lilies are the creatures of the sun, unfurling their petals in the morning to welcome the bees and the beetles of the day. In contrast, the creamy white lilies are the spirits of the night. They bloom at dusk to attract night-flying moths, often staying open just long enough into the morning for a brief, beautiful overlap where both colors carpet the glassy water together. Long before the era of shops and modern jewelry, these lilies held a deeply romantic place in local tradition. The polar shared how generations ago a water lily would serve as an engagement gift. A young man would carefully harvest a perfect bloom and craft it into a beautiful necklace to place around the neck of his fiancée. From the vantage point of this traditional craft, the river's avian residents create a feast for the senses. Among the most fascinating of all is the African jacana, often called the Jesus bird by locals. These bronze-winged marvels use their extraordinary long toes to distribute their weight across floating vegetation seemingly walking on water as they trot effortlessly across the lily pads. Kingfishers flash like jewels along the river's edge. And colonies of darters aggregate at nesting sites. Leaving the river at sunset, one realizes that the Mokoro is more than a transport, it is an equalizer. It strips away the armor of modern tourism and places you at eye level with birds, bees, blossoms, and beasts. Until next time, may the wild always find a way to bless you.